Welcome, sleepy wanderer. Tonight, you're invited back into the misty swamp where feelings roam free, roaches get overthrown by sarcasm, and rest is your birthright, not a reward. Close your eyes, unclench your jaw, and let the CareCats guide your mind while you drift far beyond spreadsheets and to-do lists. Here, even your worries get drowsy, and your breath finds its own bedtime. So nestle in. The swamp is waiting. Let's dream. Chapter 5. The Roach Uprising and the Full Power Unleashing. Shh. The swamp has secrets tonight. Secrets that crawl. Secrets that hum. Secrets that hush your restless thoughts until even your bones sigh. Finally, enough. 2 days of swamp peace. 2 days since the bunny breakdown cracked the last calm. 2 days since the furred minds of the swamp nearly imploded from too many feelings and not enough snacks. 2 days of mist weaving soft nets between the moss and the old bent trees. 2 days where bunnies wrote polite diary entries, pausing now and then to slip unsolicited herbal teas brewed by Sparklehoof, a unicorn whose hooves leave glitter even in your dreams. 2 days where Saspern, the sarcastic ember, nearly smiled. Don't believe it. She denied any. Fuck. 2 days where Saspern, the sarcastic ember, nearly smiled. But don't believe it. She denied under oath and 3 cups of swamp coffee. 2 days of pretend peace. Because in a swamp like this, peace is a tremor waiting for its own echo. The tremor of doom. At first it was a shiver in the roots below. A rumble so soft that even the tree frogs thought it was their stomachs grumbling again. But then, the skitter. Thousands. Then millions. Thousands. Then millions. Then a billion tiny synchronized feet tap dancing on the edges of your patience. Out from under the rotting logs, beneath the sleeping bunnies, behind the oldest ferns, rose the Roach Regiment. Tiny, terrible executives, each roach donning a clip-on tie just loose enough to scream, "I forgot how to feel joy in 2007. Briefcases snapped open like jaws. Noise-canceling headsets slid snug over their antennas. No swamp noise, no swamp nonsense. They meant business. And at the front, with a suit sewn from tax forms and debt reminders, executive bug. A roach so big, he made grown CareCats blink twice and check their emotional support mushrooms. Poor Janet. His voice was the rasp of burnt paper. You have spent too long drowning in feelings. This swamp now belongs to productivity. But the swamp sighed. It yawned. A breeze untangled through the reeds. Mordekitten, first to rise from the comfy moss, flicked his tail. Not on our emo-infested watch. The CareCats lined up. Tummy symbols glowed like gentle nightlights for your half-dreaming mind. And so began the full power unleashing. Morty-kitten, time-bending nihilism. A flick of his shadowed tail bent the hours backward. Roaches froze mid-step, little feet stuck in loops of what even is Monday? The swamp giggled, if a swamp can giggle, at the sight of time becoming soft and sleepy. Minutes turned into marshmallow mush, hours dripped like honey from leaves, and deadlines turned to dust under Maury Kitten's bored purr. Some roaches tried to run, but found themselves back where they started, caught in yesterday's nap they never took. Sassburn, flaming sarcasm. A hiss, a curl of flame, 1,000 passive-aggressive comments made spreadsheets combust. One roach whimpered, "I just wanted a raise." But the swamp whispered back, "Hush now. Sleep. Money will wait." Each flaming insult danced from leaf to leaf, setting quarterly goals ablaze with the tender mercy of truth. Even the oldest roaches stiffened their suits, melted under her fire tongue, realizing at last some tasks deserve to burn. A final spark flickered, and the swamp hummed. No performance review can touch you here. Doom paws, psychic dread blanket. He stretched a giant paw, draped despair like a weighted blanket. Roaches found themselves comforted by the notion that maybe, just maybe, naps are radical acts of rebellion. Each twitch of his whiskers pulled anxiety from their brittle shells and replaced it with heavy, honest sleepiness. Productivity slipped beneath his shadow, forgotten, while the swamp's heartbeat synced with your slow, safe breath. "Rest," whispered Doompaws, "is your sharpest weapon against nonsense." Catatonic, existential stare of doom. Catatonic, existential stare of doom. One slow blink, that's all it took. A roach fell backward into a memory of its first art class. It painted a turtle once. The turtle was terrible, and yet it was free. Catatonic's half-lidded stare cracked open old dreams hidden under balance sheets and budget cuts. Each roach remembered poetry. One roach remembered poetry. Another, a swing set behind an abandoned bank. Each pair of glossy insect eyes dulled under the weight of real dreams, not corporate ones. Anxiety, swarm of what-ifs. She unfurled a hush of butterfly wings. Each wing whispered, "What if you rest tonight? What if you don't check your emails? What if everything is enough, even unfinished?" Roaches clutched their quarterly goals and wept. The butterflies circled, tracing tiny silver questions on their shells until the only answer left was sleep. Some roaches curled up in old memos, surrendering to dreams softer than profit margins. Melon Kitty, emotional weather control. She conjured a drizzle of gentle sadness. Raindrops on the roach's shiny backs murmured, "You are still worthy, even when you do nothing at all." The rain made the swamp smell like old books and childhood blankets. Puddles formed tiny mirrors that showed each bug its truest self, not a worker, but a creature aching to be still. Under her soft drizzle, even the swamp's oldest worries melted into forgiving mud. Gremlin, screaming catharsis. One deep inhale, then a howl so pure the swamp trembled. Clipboard split. One roach shrieked, "I haven't felt since Q2." The swamp exhaled, softer now. His scream tugged ancient secrets from under every rock. Guilt and shame dissolved into mist. Some roaches joined in, squeaking tiny screams until their bodies felt warm and light, like children after a storm. Salt Shadow whispered doubt. He slithered unseen, one tiny secret at a time. Maybe they never liked your PowerPoints. The Roach Regiment shriveled under his truth, free at last from the endless pie charts. Every whispered doubt was a gentle unlocking of corporate armor. One by one, roaches felt strangely relieved to let their mistakes show like freckles in moonlight. Gloom purr, aura of beautiful misery. She stepped lightly. Wherever she prowled, roaches burst into poetic tears about bar grass and missed deadlines. Some wrote haikus on old sticky notes. Her fur shimmered with shadows that turned shame into melancholic art. Even the swamp's darkest corners glowed with a soft violet in her wake, reminding all, sadness can be beautiful too. Crankleclaw, passive-aggressive telekinesis. Papers lifted on a swirl of swamp air. He muttered, "Oh, it's fine. I'll do everything. Again." Staplers rained down like sad confetti on the roach's corporate dreams. A flick of his claws reorganized 3 decades of pointless memos into a single swamp word. Nap. The swamp chuckled as binders flew into the pond, forever forgotten. Saspresso, caffeinated rage beam. A hypergrowl. "This is why you have no friends, Kevin." Kevin the roach dropped his headset. He sobbed into the mud. "Oh my God, I don't have any friends." Why? Why? He oddly felt better. Her rage beam fizzed like overboiled coffee, unstoppable, slightly bitter, strangely cleansing. Each insult was a lullaby for the tired parts of you that once thought anger wasn't allowed to be loud. Cataclysm, emotional implosion field. She spun a tiny black hole of heartbreak. Regret tasted like burnt toast. Roaches remembered the pottery classes they never took. They collapsed gently, relieved. Her implosion devoured ancient corporate shame and spat out silence sweet enough to dream inside. One roach mumbled, "I forgive myself," before drifting into the moss. Gutter meow, feral trash wisdom. He hurled a banana peel right at Executive Bug's face. A roar. "You do not need to earn rest, you moldy excuse for a workaholic." Somewhere, an old printer jammed itself out of solidarity. Guttermeow climbed a trash heap throne, crowned himself king of naps, and declared a holiday named Tomorrow. The swamp roared approval, or maybe it just snored. The collapse of the roach empire. The swamp shivered from root to mist. Briefcases snapped shut forever. Headsets broke. Ties loosened like tired sighs at bedtime. Executive Bug knelt in the mud. "I need a sabbatical," he rasped. The swamp cradled him too. A hush, not emptiness. A lullaby for restless minds. Peace, real this time. Deep peace dripping from the moss tips to your lashes. The CareCats, victorious, curled together on the softest patch of moss. Tummy signs dimmed to warm night lights for your thoughts. Glitterhoof passed around steaming mugs of electrolyte tea. Each cup read, "You tried. Feeling is not a failure. Sorry for your burnout." Some bunnies clapped politely. A frog sniffled somewhere behind a lily pad. Mordekitten licked his paw and declared, "This is why we never schedule joy." The swamp agreed. The swamp agrees with you too. Tonight, your only job is to drift. To remember that not every battle is yours. To remember you are enough, even unfinished, even asleep. So close your eyes now. Let the Roach Uprising become a bedtime story your bones forget by morning. Let the swamp keep watch. Let the CareCats keep guard. And let the moss hum its final lullaby just for you. Sleep. And so the swamp hums on. The roaches sleep. The CareCats purr. And you, dear dreamer, are safe to rest as long as you need. If this gentle chaos helped you drift tonight, curl back into our swamp anytime and bring a friend who forgets how to rest. Subscribe for more bedtime mischief. Like if your eyelids weighed more than your thoughts. And tell us in the comments, which CareCat do you trust to guard your dreams next time? But for now, just stay here. Just sleep. Good night.